Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the Vanishing Room Part 3, and let me tell you, things are getting pretty intense. In our last video, we saw Lydia go through an unimaginable ordeal with this weird mirror, and although she seems fine on the outside, things are definitely not what they seem. Stick with me as we uncover the unsettling changes in Lydia and the mysterious forces lurking just beneath the surface. Over the next few days, Elena couldn't shake this feeling that something was off with Lydia. On the surface, she was back to her normal routine teaching classes, answering questions, and trying to settle back into life. But Elena noticed the little things. Like, have you ever caught someone staring into a mirror with this distant look in their eyes? That's what Lydia was doing. And it wasn't just mirrors. She was skirting around dark rooms as if shadows were waiting to pounce. Creepy, right? Even Elena's tech seemed to act weird around her, with lights flickering and gadgets glitching. You can just feel that the influence of the mirror was still hanging over her like a dark cloud. Then one fateful night, while Elena was going through her case notes, her phone buzzed. It was Grayson, and he sounded tense. "Elena, something's wrong with Lydia," he said, panic clear in his voice. Naturally, they decided to meet up, and curiosity turned into concern. Lydia had just shown up at Grayson's apartment, looking completely shaken, claiming that shadows were following her. As you might imagine, Elena sprang into action. She threw on her jacket and bolted out the door. When Elena arrived, it was like stepping into a horror movie. There was Lydia, curled up on the couch, whispering in a tone that sent chills down Elena's spinewards that made no sense, almost like a foreign language. And Grayson was just standing there, looking pretty helpless. "Lydia?" Elena crouched down in front of her, hoping to snap her out of it. But when Lydia's eyes darted to hers, they seemed unfocused and scared. She muttered something about beings from this in-between place, insisting they wanted her back. Oh boy, that was just too much to handle. That's when they knew they needed to call for backup, and fast. Nathaniel came strolling in an hour later, packed with all sorts of bizarre supplies, books, candles, and jars of who knows what. He took one glance at Lydia and revealed that she was still tethered to that creepy mirror. The in-between wasn't ready to let her go, and if they didn't act ASAP, it might start dragging her back in whew. Talk about high stakes. Next up was the setup for a ritual. Nathaniel got to work in Grayson's living room, drawing symbols on the floor with chalk and lighting candles that flickered like they were alive, despite the chilling tension in the room. You could really feel the air getting heavier as they prepared for what was to come. It was eerily suspenseful, almost as if the shadows themselves were anticipating the chaos about to unfold. With everything ready, Nathaniel began chanting in this low, rhythmic voice, and all we could do was watch as Lydia started to writhe like she was battling something deep inside her. Creepy shadows began stretching across the room, darting toward the edges of the circle Nathaniel had created. It felt like the entire room was transforming into a battleground between light and darkness, and every person present could sense it. And then came the moment of truth. The shadows lunged, attempting to break through the barrier of the circle. Tension was at an all-time high. Lydia began to scream, and it was chilling, layered with an unnatural sound that was hard to describe. Nathaniel's voice quaked as he pleaded for more time to finish the ritual. But then Elena, in a courageous yet reckless moment, made a brave decision. Reaching into the circle, she handed Lydia a candle, urging her to fight back. "You're stronger than they are," she declared with so much hope. Suddenly, something shifted in Lydia's eyes. A flash of defiance sparked, and just like that, the candle blazed bright like a beacon. The shadows recoiled and started to dissolve, almost as if they were scared of the light. It was like one of those classic moments when the hero shines through the darkness with unmatched strength. And then silence. When the light faded and the shadows vanished, Lydia lay unconscious but safe. They had closed that terrifying connection to the in-between. Elena breathed a sigh of relief, but as she helped Lydia recover, a nagging fear crept in. Sure, the in-between was closed for now, but somehow she sensed that it wasn't entirely gone. Some doors, once opened, stay ajar, and who knows when darkness might seek its way back in. So there you have it, another thrilling chapter in the Vanishing Room. While it may seem like they've conquered the nightmare, the story's not over yet. What do you think? Could the in-between really come back? Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to stay updated for the next part. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.